Station from News Channel Nebraska. This broadcast is presented by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com. Faith Regional Health Services. When you need exemplary care, have faith. And by Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank is always ready to lend a hand in the communities that they serve. Log on to MidwestBank.com to find out more.
One more game in the regular season, a last chance to shore things up, because from this point on, a loss means your season is over. Hello, everyone. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay, live from the Hardington Sports Complex in Hardington, Nebraska, on a picture-perfect evening for football. Tonight's Nebraska Public Power District matchup, the number one rated Norfolk Catholic Knights against the Trojans of Cedar Catholic. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need them. Lou, I always feel like you can throw the records out a little bit when these two teams play each other. Cedar Catholic has a history of playing Norfolk Catholic tough. Let's face it, they're going to need to, because Norfolk Catholic is pretty tough.
Yeah, Norfolk Catholic's outstanding. The thing that Cedar Catholic does so well, and it usually kind of comes up in the end of the season, is they play such good defense. They hold people down. They don't score a lot of points. They're going to have to do that tonight. And I think the other key for Cedar Catholic to hang in this game is how well these young guys handle adversity, because they're going to have some tonight against Norfolk Catholic.
Remarkably young team, this Cedar Catholic squad, but they've been stepping up. We'll introduce you to our key players, get you set for action coming up. You're watching the pregame show on News Channel Nebraska.
Pregame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCode.com. NCN Sports is sponsored by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. And by Boardman Construction, voted best residential roofer in Northeast Nebraska.
Welcome back to the Hardington Sports Complex in Hardington, Nebraska, as we get set for a Class C2 matchup between Cedar Catholic and Norfolk Catholic. Well, if only all rebuilding seasons could go this well. Cedar Catholic replaced almost everyone on offense and defense, and yet here they are, 5-3, and regardless of what happens tonight, probably going to be playing in the playoffs. But they've had a lot of young players step up and play well, including a sophomore by the name of Brighton Whitmire in the backfield, who, if he's playing this well as a sophomore, I can only imagine how good he's going to be as a senior.
Yeah, he's got a bright future, no question about it. But he's what he does well, and what this offense needs to do well with him, is run the football. He's got 674 yards, 10 touchdowns on the ground. If they can use him and be able to sustain drives and hold on to the football, kind of run that clock and limit Norfolk Catholic's possessions, they got a chance to win. I think his running ability is the key to that.
Had 63 yards in their 26-0 victory over Ponca last week. Look, I'm out of stuff to talk about with Norfolk Catholic at this point. 400 wins for their head coach, 21 consecutive wins for the defending champs. And one thing that's really shifted for them this year, Lou, they have a quarterback who, frankly, has become elite. Carter Jansen is a real playmaker for the Knights.
Well, I think we knew coming into the year that he could run the football. We knew he was a good athlete. I was impressed. I was really impressed in the Battle Creek game how well he threw the football. That dual threat, that makes Norfolk Catholic's offense so dangerous. And Jansen not only can beat you with his feet, but he can hit those receivers in stride and make big plays through the air. He's a fantastic football player.
Almost 600 wins between these two coaches, two of the best you'll find in Northeast Nebraska. And you'll hear from them next. You're watching the pregame show on News Channel Nebraska.
We're here at Faith Regional, where speech-language pathologists can help with several different conditions. Let's learn about it. By Amanda Phillips, a speech-language pathologist with Faith Regional Health Services. Amanda, in your field, who do you work with in terms of age? Does it run the whole gamut?
Yes, so here at Faith Regional, I work with kids from birth all the way to geriatrics, so really the whole lifespan.
And what sorts of services do you provide?
So for children, anywhere from beginning of life, we screen for hearing. And then once language starts to evolve, we check those milestones. So sometimes parents are, maybe a little concerned, is my child developing these language and speech milestones appropriately? So that's something we can help kind of talk them through. For adults, it looks a little different. So some people maybe have lost their voice, and so they're having trouble communicating. Others have difficulty swallowing, and some just can't quite get the words that they want to say out as effectively as they used to.
What does therapy look like? What are some of the exercises you're doing with your patients?
It's very patient-centered. So here at Faith Regional, we take every patient as their own unique story, their own journey, and we kind of establish those goals together with them from day one.
How much can that change someone's life to rid themselves of speech issues?
Yeah, so with speech therapy, we're kind of talking about the core values of life. It's being able to communicate to your loved ones, being able to eat your favorite foods, getting your voice back. Those moments are truly special, and we want to work with our patients to get them back to doing these things that they love to do and these moments in their life that are so special to them.
When patients come back and tell you that they're able to experience those moments, what emotions does that bring up in them? Yeah,
I think that's why a lot of us therapists joined this profession. We're here for our patients. We love to see them succeed. And, it's truly one of the most rewarding careers out there. And that's why we come to work every day.
Amanda, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
All right, welcome to the Norfolk Catholic Knights. Jeff Beller, coach. Well, it's kind of a ho-hum thing here. Norfolk Catholic, you're undefeated. You've won 21 in a row. This was, I think, coming into the year, I think a lot of people thought maybe you guys might be good, but I don't know if they thought you'd be this good. Did you see this coming in fall camp, this sort of success?
Well, I thought we'd have a good football team, but I didn't know that we'd be undefeated. We played some awful good teams early. I think we trailed in the Oakland game and in the Ord game, our first two, and was able to win those. And I had a really good game with Battle Creek in the middle of the season, which really probably could have went either way. It was just even across the board. Long night over there because we had a long rain delay, but other than that, I think we've gotten a little better every week, and we knew we had some kids to build around. We knew we had our quarterback back. We had a couple offensive tackles that have started for actually 4 years in the offensive line. So we had some things to build on, but I think we've, got better every week, and that's always important.
Well, one of the things, people talk about offense, defense. One of the ways that you guys have excelled this year is special teams. You have 6 block kicks this year. How has that transpired? How have you been able to be so successful in the special teams arena?
Well, we always emphasize it, and there's been years gone by that we had a lot of block kicks, and there's years that we didn't get any, and I think we just emphasize it to our kids, and they've really worked it and been able to make some plays. So we have been good in the kicking game. We have not punted a lot, but when we have punted, Nolan's punted extremely well for us, and we've covered it well. Max Hammond's a very good kicker, and so that helps us too. I think we win field position through the kicking game, so I'm hoping we can do a good job in the kicking game again tonight.
Yeah, you've only punted about 8 times this year. That's not very many. You've got a very difficult opponent here tonight with Cedar Catholic, an opponent you know very, very well. 5-3, they're a pretty good football team, but you kind of throw records out when you guys play. What's the key for a victory tonight for the Norfolk Catholic Knights?
Well, I think you're correct in saying that you forget the record. I think they're a very good football team. They have a lot of youth playing. So when you play young kids and they get excited about playing you, if they make a play and they're with you early, then they just kind of think they can hang around and they'll be around. So I think the keys don't change a lot for us. We have to take care of the football. You don't want to be a turnover team, especially late in the year when you've handled a lot. I mentioned be good in the kicking game, and then we got to tackle well defensively and just play our game. I think it'll be a great football game. We told our kids all week long it'll be a 48-minute game. It won't be a game that we're really in control big at half. I don't see that anyway. I'd love to be wrong, but I think realistic tells me that we better be able to play 48 minutes and play well.
Absolutely. Well, I think we're going to have a great one here tonight, Coach. Thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck in tonight's ballgame.
I appreciate what you guys do, and I appreciate bringing this nice weather, too. Thank you.
Yeah, we brought it with us. That's head coach Jeff Beller. Folks, stick around. More pregame show is coming up next. You're watching high school football on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Central Valley Ag, working with farmers in growing agriculture together. And by Security Bank, my kind of bank, with locations in Laurel, Hardington, Osmond, Coleridge, and Allen. pregame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCode.com.
Welcome back to the pregame show. I'm joined now by head coach of Hartington Cedar Catholic, Chad Cotto, and Coach 5-3 on the year. You guys have had a tough schedule. You played Oakland Craig very tough. What have you liked, I guess, so far about your team this season, and where are some areas that maybe you'd like to see improve as you head toward the playoffs?
Well, the thing I like the most is we've competed. We feel every week, we've gone out with the kids have played hard, and they've kind of done what we've asked them to do. We got a lot of, coming into the year, we had a lot of inexperience. We didn't return hardly anybody from last year. So, we just wanted the kids to get better each and every week. And I think for the most part, we've done that. So we're pretty happy with that. Hopefully tonight, we can kind of put a lot of things together and kind of go show the improvement we've made. We just got to keep getting better at a lot of things. Our kids, again, make a lot of mistakes through the courses of games, and but a lot of weeks we've been able to overcome those things, and hopefully, we know they're going to make plays tonight, and hopefully we can, just move on to the next play and have some success.
Well, I go back to last year. You guys had a myriad of injuries as you headed into the playoffs, but that defense really took you all the way to the state championship game where you lost to Norfolk Catholic. Do you feel like that's kind of the same thing so far this year, and especially late? You pitched a shutout last week against Ponca.
Yeah, our defense has been pretty consistent week in and week out. Tonight's a different animal, though. Obviously, we're going to have to make sure we tackle well, and just do things right up front. Obviously they're going to be very good up front, and we're going to have to be very physical, and we can't miss a lot of tackles, or we're going to be in trouble.
Well, you certainly know Norfolk Catholic well. You've seen them quite a bit, and you know what Jeff Beller's team has. What would a win in a game like this mean for your team as you head toward the playoffs, and what do you have to do to get that win?
Well, first of all, it'd be a huge confidence builder, for our kids, just to know that, we're not far off, and we're good enough to compete with the best. And, I think that would be our biggest takeaway from that. And, we're just going to have to, be able to win the turnover battle, which is easier said than done against this team, and hopefully get some field position and make a couple big plays, and that could maybe keep us in this game and give us an opportunity at the end.
Well, absolutely. Coach, thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck in tonight's ball game.
All right, thank you for being here.
Absolutely. That's head coach Chad Cotto. Folks, don't go anywhere. High school football is coming up next. Norfolk Catholic takes on Cedar Catholic right after this on NCN.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
A partner in your everyday since 1975. Woodhouse.
I got this.
Now there's a better way to pay. Digital wallet from Security Bank. Try it today.
The Heart and Vascular team at Faith Regional Cardiovascular Institute has spent the last 22 years focused on providing the highest level of heart care possible. With over 24,000 patients seen in the last 2 years alone, we know cardiac care by heart. Today, we offer the most advanced practices and technology to patients in 11 local communities, ensuring easier access to cardiology services. With specialists focusing on heart failure, vascular diseases, thoracic surgery, abnormal heart rhythm, ultrasounds, and general cardiology, you can count on our heart experts to collaborate to provide you with the best care possible. Faith Regional Cardiovascular Institute, keeping a pulse on the hearts of Nebraska for over 2 decades, is the faith difference.
It's never been easier to get rewarded for using my debit card at Midwest Bank. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and with my rewards checking account, I get rewarded for the simple things. Each time I swipe my debit card getting gas or picking up groceries. With Midwest Bank, it's not about how much money I have in my account. I get rewarded for just using my debit card at all my favorite places. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
It is time now for our school spotlight that is brought to you by Currency. Currency makes financing quick, easy, and secure for machinery, ag, equipment, and more. Visit gocurrency.com. Here in Hardington this evening, Cedar Catholic taking on Norfolk Catholic. The Norfolk Catholic School District began in 1926 as Sacred Heart. Grades 1 through 8 at that time split their classes between the church basement and the Elks Hall. Their first graduating high school class in 1931. Meanwhile, Cedar Catholic, 25 years older. The Holy Trinity School District, founded in 1901. First graduated class in 1905. Became Cedar Catholic in 1964 when 10 different parishes combined. So there you go. That's your school spotlight. Brought to you by Currency. We can quickly take a look at some starting lineups if we've got them as we get set for the number 1 Norfolk Catholic Knights taking on 5-3 Cedar Catholic. Norfolk Catholic, you see them in the white uniforms, both very similarly attired squads. Norfolk Catholic in their road white. Cedar Catholic will be in their home reds this evening. And Lou, you could not pick better weather than what we've got here tonight in Hardington. It is absolutely gorgeous this evening.
What a difference a week makes. It was cold and rainy and ugly and muddy, and yeah, this is about as picture-perfect a night as you're ever going to find any time of the year. This is fantastic. There's very little wind, a little bit of a breeze, beautiful temperatures. Weather should not play a factor in tonight's game unless people are just, it's so nice they don't feel like playing, maybe.
That's which could happen. You saw Coach Chad Cotto from Cedar Catholic there a moment ago. 3 wins shy of 150 in his career. He's taken Cedar Catholic to the state championship game 3 times, including last year, but Cedar Catholic has yet to win a state title. Norfolk Catholic's won a few. They've got the ball to start the game. Out across the 30 to the 32-yard line, we'll get our first look at Carter Jansen. He's the leading rusher for Norfolk Catholic to this point in the season. They don't have anybody really with the gaudy rushing statistics. Brandon Collars has been good, but it really has started with their quarterback, both what he can do with his legs and through the air.
You know, a lot of times, Coach Beller, he always has good quarterbacks, good players, but they're usually not the complete focal point of the offense. I think Jansen's become that, and he's a fantastic runner and a very good passer as well.
Hands off to Collars here on first down. Collars knocked down at the 35-yard line. That is Hunter Benson, the freshman, making the stop. You know, we've talked about the youth of this Cedar Catholic team. There are only 8 seniors on this roster. A lot of sophomores, a lot of freshmen see playing time. 2-yard gain there. It'll be second down and 8.
Yeah, a lot of really good players from last year's team. This last year's team impressed me because they had so many injuries, especially in the offensive side of the ball. Still found a way to get to that state championship game. Although they lost to Norfolk Catholic, that's an impressive run.
Collars again on second and 8, not getting much. You know, Coach Beller said he expects this to be a 4-quarter game. This Cedar Catholic defense is no joke, giving up just 210 yards per game. They held Ponca, who's pretty good this year, to just 91 yards of offense. They've held 3 teams, including Aquinas, under 100 yards in a game this season.
Yeah, that's how you stay in games like this. That's how you win games like this, as a matter of fact, is teams that can run the ball well and play really good defense. That's a team that can give Norfolk Catholic some problems.
Third down 6. They fake the handoff to Collars. Jansen wants to go to the air. It's caught. First down. Fighting his way across midfield for first down yardage is, I believe that's Sam Spidell, the tight end. It is indeed. That's a gain of 14 and a first down for the Knights.
Well, I think you saw right there what makes Norfolk Catholic so dangerous. They've always had a good running attack, but the ability to throw the football as well as they are. You know, you talked about Carter Jansen, 7 touchdowns running, 7 touchdowns passing, and about a 64% completion percentage average. He's very good back there. He's the true definition of a dual-threat quarterback.
And only 1 interception this year. That was thrown in the Battle Creek game.
Yeah.
Not much on that carry. The interior defensive line of Cedar Catholic doing a pretty good job so far. It'll be second down and 8.
Yeah, it's going to be important tonight for Cedar Catholic to really try to make Norfolk Catholic one-dimensional now. As we mentioned, Jansen can beat you with his arm, but the more times you can get Norfolk Catholic in long yardage situations, the better chance you're going to have to maybe spring an upset.
Jansen will keep. He's got a hole, springs his way across the 45 to the 41-yard line. That's a gain of about 7. It'll be third down and call it 2 upcoming.
You see Jansen's running ability. That's a nice hole there up front. Good job by that offensive line. But Jansen, you know, the other thing that impressed me that kind of stood out in that Battle Creek game was his ability to hit the edge. He is faster than you think he is. He has got some real quickness.
Third down 2 from the Cedar Catholic 41-yard line. The handoff. Collars, he's got the first down. Muscles his way across the 40 to the 36. That's a gain of 5. Stop made on the play by Brighton Whitmire, but not before the first down gain for the Knights.
Again, I like this offensive line from Norfolk Catholic. When Norfolk Catholic is at their best, they impose their will on you. They tell you, this is what we're going to do. You try to stop it. And this team has been that way this year. Even when you've been able to slow down something, they find another way to beat you.
First down and 10. Handoff goes to Collars. Sidesteps a defender. Gets a solid first down gain out to the 31-yard line. You know, you mentioned that offensive line. Folks are taking notice. Their left tackle, Nolan Fennessy, just this week receiving a preferred walk-on offer from the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Yeah, that's pretty tough for a Nebraska kid to turn down. We'll see what Fennessy tries to do or wants to do going forward. But he is a really good football player. And a force really both ways for Norfolk Catholic.
Mason Widener, the right guard, also holding offers. He was offered by Wayne State recently. 2nd and 5. That pass tipped, incomplete. There you see the pressure supplied by the Cedar Catholic defense. I think that was Ryan Pick that knocked it down. It'll be third down.
Let's see if he gets his hand up there and just got a piece of it.
That was actually Benson coming off the edge. Hunter Benson making the play. Our replays are brought to you by Madison County Bank, here to help you grow. All right, so Norfolk Catholic, 3rd and 5 at the 31-yard line of Cedar Catholic.
This is where the Trojans need to win. You talk a lot about defense and down and distance, 3rd and medium to 3rd and long. Trojans need to win those downs to win this ball game.
Aiden Core in motion. They hand off. Collars up the middle. Will be stopped short. But that's the kind of play that tells me, Lou, they're thinking potentially 4 downs. Max Hammond is a good kicker, but this would be probably about a 45-yarder from where they are. It's 4th down and 2.
Yeah, pretty steep distance here for a field goal. I'm certain Coach Beller is going to go for it here. And that's you've got so much confidence in your offense. You feel not only in the short yardage situations can you run to pick up the first down, but you trust a guy like Jansen to pull it down and maybe throw in this situation.
4th down and 2. Ball at the 28-yard line. Cedar Catholic up on the line. Jansen taking his time, trying to draw them offside with a hard count. And now we'll hand off. Collars to the right. Depends on the spot. I think he's got it. The near sideline official has a spot that, at least to me, looks like it'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah,
they're marking him, in fact, at the 25-yard line. Yep. That is, well, they're going to stop and measure. We'll make sure. But from here, and we're a long ways away, it looks like he got it.
Yeah, it's going to be very close, but I agree with you, Eric. I think the spot is just enough, probably by about half a football for the first down.
That's the Lou Seifker prediction. More than that. First down and then some. Norfolk Catholic keeps the drive going now to the Cedar Catholic 25-yard line. Already 6 carries for Collars, the 200-pound senior.
Yeah, that was good by a football and a quarter.
That the official football measurement. First and 10 now from the 25.
For you people in Canada that are watching, we'll go metric system here shortly.
Sure. Pitch. Collars trying to get the edge, funneled back inside. Cedar Catholic minimizing the damage. We'll give Collars about 3. It'll be second down.
Well, we talked about Cedar Catholic needing to control the football and limit the possessions that Norfolk Catholic has. Well, Norfolk Catholic is doing it right now. They have controlled this entire first quarter so far as we're ticking away till we're almost to halfway through the first quarter.
Titanian on the stop, one of the few seniors on this roster. Jansen going to back out and throws. Got a man near side. It is caught inside the 15, busting through tackles. Inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line is Trevin Suckup, the junior. He's not been used a ton in the passing game, but is a nice safety valve there, and it'll be first down.
Now watch this, Jansen. I think he was actually looking for Spidell, and that's a good job. Spidell was covered, and your check down goes to Suckup over there, and that happened bang, bang. That's a quick developing play, but again, Jansen, the senior, handled that very well. Your intended receiver is covered. Get it to your check down guy and pick up a first down.
Gain of 14. It's first and goal from the 8. Already halfway home first quarter. They give to Collars. Makes his cut inside the 5. Ankle tackle there. It'll be second and goal.
Again, just a great drive here. I think you got to give tons of credit to that offensive line. It's a good defense, as we've mentioned, controlling the line of scrimmage right now. And it kind of has that inevitable feel of a Norfolk Catholic touchdown.
This is the 14th play of this drive. You talked about the line. We mentioned Fennessy and Widener, Brendan Flood, Mason Moss, Ben Sosek, the other starters on that big O-line. Second and goal from the 4. Jansen hands off, right side, diving forward and into the end zone for the touchdown. Norfolk Catholic on the board first on an impressive opening drive on the road.
Yeah, long drive and just bustling it in there. That's Norfolk Catholic football offensive line. I think you got to give them a ton of credit on that drive. Really controlled things up front, including on that touchdown run.
That was Max Hammond, his first carry tonight. Now he's got to stay out there and kick the extra point. It is up. It is good. And with 5:11 to go first quarter, Norfolk Catholic strikes first. It's 7-0. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
If you've ever tried to grow something, you know the time and attention it takes. Imagine growing crops that feed our community and nation. Dawn to dusk, farm families will work tirelessly to complete the season's work. What began as seed has grown into bountiful crops spanning as far as the eye can see. The fruits of this labor benefit our community and our nation's economy. During this harvest season, Madison County Bank offers all farmers our sincere thanks and appreciation for all that you do.
.401 wins in that man's 43-plus year career. Jeff Beller just saw his team put together an opening drive that I think had to please him pretty well. 14 plays, ends in a 4-yard Max Hammond touchdown run. Kick goes into the end zone. And Cedar Catholic will be starting with the ball at their own 20-yard line. So we'll see the Cedar Catholic offense. We talked about Whitmire. The quarterback, Braden Reifenrath, the junior, he's been good, but they're looking for more consistency out of him, Lou.
Yeah.
9 interceptions on the season. The turnovers have really been the thing that have kept them from getting to the next level. And again, you're going to see that with a team of sophomores and juniors.
Yeah, young team. If you have any chance tonight, you've got to take care of the football, and that stands out to me. He's got some good numbers, Reifenrath does, but the interceptions could be problematic.
Swings a little timing route out of the backfield. The flare screen to Nolan Becker. Becker, the 175-pound junior, had 14 receptions coming into tonight, make it 15 now as he gets about 3. It'll be second down.
Yeah, for right now, the Trojans just want some good pickups on first down. I think against another very good defense here with the Norfolk Catholic Knights, you can't be behind the chains too often. That's where a lot of those turnovers will come from.
And Norfolk Catholic, a +8 turnover ratio coming into tonight. Quarterback keeper thrown down to the turf with authority. That's Big Sam Johnson, the 290-pound junior, wrapping him up and taking him down.
Yeah, Johnson, I think you get a couple points for a takedown there, don't you?
That was pretty well done. I think that's a belly-to-back suplex. That's what they call that.
There you go.
3rd down and 5 after the gain of 2. Out of the gun is Reifenrath. Looking near side, pressure, gets the ball away, but low. Incomplete. There was pressure coming from that far side. I believe that was Fantasy on the blitz. Incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down, and Cedar Catholic a 3-and-out after giving up that long touchdown drive.
Yeah, it's not what you needed if you're Cedar Catholic, but a good job by Norfolk Catholic defensively. Cedar Catholic, as we look at Coach Cotto, I think they've got to be good on 3rd down tonight to have any chance to stay in this game. They've got to be able to make plays and try to sustain drives. If you go 3-and-out too many times, this could get ugly.
That's Hunter Benson punting it away. Bobbled and caught at the 42 by Suckup on the far sideline, knocked out of bounds. Norfolk Catholic will have the ball in Cedar Catholic territory. 1st and 10. You mentioned it with Coach Beller at the outset, Lou. Special teams have been a huge difference for Norfolk Catholic. We saw it in week 1. I mean, a blocked punt that was taken for a touchdown really swung that game. Oakland Craig had been leading in that game. They've blocked 6 kicks this year. They've got a punt return for a touchdown and a kick return for a touchdown, as if you didn't have enough to worry about with this team. The third aspect of their game has been as good as any in the state of Nebraska this year.
Well, I think that's why Coach Beller is so successful, because he and his staff, their attention to detail, I think, is probably second to none. And, the third aspect of the game is special teams. If you're good in all 3 phases, you're going to be hard to beat.
Sweet play and set up pretty well with blockers, cutting up field, upended across the 40 to the 35-yard line. That is Hayden Kelly on the carry.
Watch
Give
him
him 11 and a first down.
Nice move there to avoid the tackle, pick up the extra yardage.
Kelly, they use in a lot of different ways. He'll swing out as a receive passes, kind of a wing back for them.
Yeah, he's one of those guys you can use him, as you said, in a lot of different spots. Kind of your Swiss Army knife, as it were.
1st and 10, Norfolk Catholic at the 35. On play action, Jansen has a man wide open over the top. In stride, touchdown. That's Clayton Carney. His 3rd touchdown this year from 35 yards out, and the Knights are rolling early on the road.
Well, first of all, a couple of things stand out to me. Number one, no pressure. You allow Jansen to set up and throw the ball. He's going to throw strikes. That's a great pass. And Carney, that's good concentration. He was open. Those are the hardest to catch. When you know you've got your man beaten, you're open, it's going to be a touchdown. Those are hard to hang on to. Carney does a good job to concentrate that ball into his hands.
Hammond's extra point is up, and it is good. And the number 1 team in the state is playing like it in week 9 so far. 3:33 to go in the quarter. 14-0 Norfolk Catholic. You're watching NCM.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Sixteen plays, 14 points. That's not bad for Norfolk Catholic so far. And now Cedar Catholic already kind of in uh-oh mode a little bit early first quarter alongside Lou Seifker. I'm Eric McKay. This is a young team like we've talked about. Don't want to let this one get away from them early. A response here, even if it's just flipping the field, a sustained drive of some kind, would be big for Coach Cotto and the Trojans.
Yeah, you've got to find some success through that adversity. We talked about that. Adversity's coming. It's here. You're down 14-0. How does this young football team respond? We'll find out.
Reifenrath will keep it on the draw play. Minimal gain. About a yard. Interior line of Norfolk Catholic there to make the play. That's Nolan Fennessy, Sean Clinch combining on the stop. It's 2nd and 9.
He's plugging that defense up there. It's the Fantasy number 71 at 260. He's a big young man there, and that's a guy you don't want to run at because bad things are going to happen when you run at that big fella.
Whitmire in motion on 2nd and 9. They try a little misdirect. Norfolk Catholic ready for it. You talk about being ready for a play. That's Mason Widener sprinting to make the play in the backfield. It's 3rd and long.
Now watch Widener come in here, number 56. He was like a missile. Talk about reading the play and knowing where you're supposed to be and getting there. Man, that's what makes this team so good, right? Look at the athletes these guys have. Widener, how fast he got to the play. You got Fennessy, number 71, right there. These guys are big-time players, and they're showing up right now in this ballgame.
3rd down 11 for Cedar Catholic after the loss of 2. Reifenrath on the rollout. No pressure. We'll swing it out of the backfield. Whitmire looking for blockers. Able to get close to 1st down yardage. Good run after the catch. Looks like he's about a yard shy after that gain of 10.
Yeah, it's awfully close. Whitmire, you're right, Eric. That's an excellent job there. Nice sidestep to avoid the tackle. Get those extra yards. Now, I mean, if you're Coach Cotto, you think you got to think about going for it here. I mean,
you haven't been 29-yard line.
You haven't been able to slow Norfolk Catholic down. If you feel like if you give it right back to them, you're going to be in trouble. So we'll see what happens.
4th and about a half yard. I formation behind Reifenrath. They'll hand off to the fullback, straight ahead. Well, it's going to depend on the spot. I have no idea how you spot plays like that.
Yeah.
No, yes, I definitively know where the ball is right now. They're just going to set the ball down and hope for the best. We'll see where the mark ends up. No, they did not get it. It's Norfolk Catholic ball.
Wow.
Cedar Catholic gambles. Norfolk Catholic's D-line does the job.
What a turn of events. I think it's a gamble you had to take, though.
Yep.
Honestly, if you're Coach Cotto. I don't know. If you're trying to stay in this game, you've got to make plays. It just didn't happen. Saw Fennessy again at the bottom of that pile. But, that's a big stop. Now, if Norfolk Catholic can score again, then the young Cedar Catholic team, you can't look at the scoreboard because that's you're going to be down 3 scores if you're not careful here, and that's very difficult to come back from.
From the 30-yard line, handoff, full back up the middle, big hole, breaking tackles, 1st down yardage across the 20, down to the 15-yard line. That's Nathan Timmerman. Timmerman had 3 touchdowns last week in their win over Wayne.
Again, just a really nice hole. You love running behind these big fellas because you've got a lot of room to run.
Norfolk Catholic wanted a chance to really take control of this game early. This is not the kind of game you expect between these two teams, but Norfolk Catholic has dominated thus far. Stretch play, Collars, good cut inside the 5, or inside the 10 rather, down to about the 6. It'll be second and short after that 9-yard gain.
Well, one thing you know you're going to get when these teams play is hard hitting. Watch Collars here. He gets decked there. Wow, what a hit. I think that was Whitmire there that came in and delivered that lick. But these games are always hard hitting.
Yeah.
I don't care what the score is. These are the type of games where you want to get in an ice bath after you're done playing.
It's one of the more underrated football rivalries, I think, in Nebraska between these two schools. Collars has the first down, has the touchdown. Brandon Collars, the senior, in from 6 yards out, his 17th rushing touchdown this season.
Yeah, Collars, he doesn't have gaudy numbers, but that's the guy around the goal line that you trust with the football. Running behind that big offensive line, Collars, a tough guy himself. And boy, that touchdown, it's with 6 seconds to go in the first quarter, but you felt like that was a kind of a statement after that fourth down stop to kind of stretch this lead out and maybe make this one pretty hard to come back from.
Hammond on for the extra point. It is up, it is good. Norfolk Catholic has 14 more points than Cedar Catholic has offensive plays. They're up 21-0. We'll keep it here with 6 minutes to go in the quarter. But, Lou, you know, Coach Jeff Beller even said to you, look, this is going to be a 4-quarter game. We're expecting this to be a tough one. Or not. They have gotten off to an incredible start here. Just an incredible amount of focus from that Norfolk Catholic team. And I think, you know, as impressive as the offense is, it's starting on the defensive side. Cedar Catholic has not been able to do anything. They've not looked comfortable at any point.
Right.
The Knights are just dominant.
Well, I think both these coaches really are good at getting the most out of their players. The issue right now is Norfolk Catholic is kind of stacked.
Yeah.
And Cedar Catholic is rebuilding. They got a ton of young football players. This Cedar Catholic team, they're 5-3. They're probably going to be in the playoffs. It's not like this is a bad football team. But I don't know that anybody right now in C2, maybe Battle Creek, stacks up very well with Norfolk Catholic.
Norfolk Catholic, they are 8-0. And among those wins include 3 victories over teams currently ranked in the Class C2 top 5 in Oakland Craig, Ord, and Battle Creek. When they came out the gate, 15-point win over Oakland Craig, 17-point win over Ord to start the season.
Yeah.
That was, I think, when people were thinking, oh, okay, they're pretty good again.
Yeah. Like I said with in the pregame interview with Coach Beller, I think people thought they'd be good, but you lost quite a few good players from the state championship team. I don't know that they thought they would be this good. Maybe the team did, but this team is playing very well and getting better and better every week.
Folks, we're going to keep an eye on some other scores for you. There are some key games in Class C2 tonight, including one in David City that has a lot more importance now than it did yesterday. Not sure how many viewers know this. Bishop Neumann was 7-1. They blew out David City last week. Well, it turns out they played an ineligible player late in that game and had to forfeit. So Bishop Neumann is now 6-2 and facing the prospect of a road game in week 1. They're on the road at Aquinas tonight. That's a big game that Aquinas needs as that pass goes incomplete. It'll be second down, but Lou, that's a tectonic shift in Class C2 right now.
Yeah, that was a big mistake for Bishop Neumann. But how would you like to be the team that says, hey, we get to play at home? Who are we playing? Oh, it's Bishop Neumann. Oh, wonderful. That's just great. Thank you very much.
But some other games we're keeping an eye on. Wilbur-Claytonia is taking on Malcolm. That's a big game tonight with implications for a lot of folks. Wilbur-Claytonia up 7-0 in that game. That's early second quarter. We'll try to keep you abreast of some of the other games going on. There's a big one out west as well. Hastings St. Cecilia taking on Doniphan Trumbull. On second down, a little option play for Cedar Catholic. Gets them a couple. Boy, that Norfolk Catholic defense not letting much happen. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Our score is 21-0. Norfolk Catholic with the lead over Cedar Catholic. And as we get set to start the second quarter, there is your top 10. I said Ord was in the top 5. They're top 10. You could really put just about anybody in the top 5. And it's been tough to rank C2 this year with all the who's beaten everybody around the state. But that Wilbur-Claytonia Malcolm game is a really big one tonight. Wilbur-Claytonia, a very good unranked team. They've got the Clippers at home tonight. They are in the lead. I mentioned that Hastings St. Cecilia Donovan Trumbull game. Right now, Donovan Trumbull is in the lead on the road, 7-6. The Cardinals are 4-4. They have to win tonight to get in. And folks, there are so many 6-2, 4-4 teams in Class C2. There are almost infinite iterations of the 16-team bracket that could come out tomorrow morning. And I'll say this right now. I've looked at it a little bit. I'm not perfect at this type of thing. If you're a Battle Creek fan, prepare to be frustrated.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. I don't know that the bracket is necessarily going to shift the way Braves fans would like, despite their incredible season, despite the fact that a lot of folks consider them the number 1A team in the state of Nebraska. There is a better than 50-50 chance, I think, looking at how the numbers might shake out tonight, that the Braves could be on the road in week 1.
That is amazing. That's unfortunate for Battle Creek. That's a good. Of course, Battle Creek's probably good enough that it's not. They're going to say we'll play anybody anywhere.
Big third down here for Cedar Catholic as we start the third quarter. The throw sideline intercepted. Threw it into traffic. Max Hammond picked it off, and he's got blockers. Hammond down the far sideline. Hammond's gone. Max Hammond, 28 yards on the INTD.
Well, that's just a great play by Hammond. First of all, the catch. We'll wait for our replay here, but Hammond not only makes a fantastic catch, but a really good run in traffic. We're going to see it here. It was a bit of a forced pass. I think Riefenrath trying to throw it into coverage there, and you just can't throw it over Hammond. Does a great job to catch it, and then the run after the catch. Talk about that with the receivers. This is for the after the INT, but Hammond does a great job getting it into the end zone.
And the extra point up and good as well. My goodness. Could this game have started any better for Norfolk Catholic? They're up 28-0. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, listening to you to create an individualized healthcare plan that fits your needs and preferences is our top priority. Whether you need an annual checkup, specialized gynecology care, or pregnancy management, we partner with you to provide expert care using advanced practices, technology, and techniques. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN. Care on your terms is the Faith difference.
Well, if you're Cedar Catholic, it's deep breath time. This has not been a banner 12 minutes and 17 seconds of football. Norfolk Catholic kicking it away after the defensive touchdown by Max Hammond has extended Norfolk Catholic's lead now to 28-0. Alongside Lou Seifkaram, Eric McKay, and look, Coach Chad Cotto, this is his 22nd year. He's seen a lot of games. He knows what to tell the team right now, and the message is, look, you can't get 28 points back on one drive. Just take it one drive at a time and see what happens.
Right. Now you can't look at the scoreboard. That's one thing you can't do. You've got to worry about this drive and what the next play really. You've got to start executing. Very difficult. Norfolk Catholic right now, especially up front, is dominating this football game.
From the 24-yard line, Cedar Catholic start things off. 1st and 10. They'll hand off. Whitmire into the pile. Dives forward for a yard, maybe 2. It'll be 2nd down for the Trojans.
Yeah, the question now is, can Cedar Catholic sustain a drive? They have not been able to move the football. Had the 4th down and short, did not get it. That gave Norfolk Catholic the short field. But, if you have any chance at all to stay in this game, you've got to be able to move the football. You've got to limit the possessions for Norfolk Catholic the rest of the way and certainly maximize your own.
2nd down and 8, option play. Pitch to Whitmire. He's got some room. Boy, those holes close quickly, though, don't they? That is great speed to the outside. That's Widener again. Out to the 29-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 5.
Well, I tell you what, Widener could play for just about anybody. He's quick, and he delivers a blow. That was also Collars. Collars was actually the first one in there that made the initial contact, and then Widener comes in and finishes off the play. Mason Widener is a 205-pound senior. He delivers a blow like he's about 300 pounds, and he runs like he's about 120.
That's why the offers from Wayne State and other schools are coming. 3rd down and 5. Fennessy applies pressure, thrown away, incomplete. Whitmire had broken downfield, a bit of miscommunication between quarterback and receiver, and it will be 4th down.
Yeah, now you don't really have any choice here. I don't think. It's 1 yard to go.
Well, it's 4th and 5.
Yeah, exactly. Here. 1 yard to go. You can think about it. 4th and 5. I don't know that you're gonna even try it against Norfolk Catholic.
Yeah, Hunter Benson on to punt it away. Norfolk Catholic sending 2 back deep for this one. Good punt by Benson. High kick. Backpedaling and receiving at the 35. Ball's out. Able to fall on it, though, is Clayton Carney. So it ends up being a pretty solid punt there. 36 yards. No return. Norfolk Catholic, really their first mistake of the night. But no damage done. They'll have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, Carney was thinking about running there and did not secure the football. Saw Becker coming and was preparing to make a move, but he's fortunate that he was able to get back on that one. As you mentioned, good punt. Now you've got a little bit of field position if you're back, if you're Cedar Catholic. The question is, can they slow down this offense?
1st and 10 from the 35 for Norfolk Catholic. Out of the gun. Jansen will keep, has a hole. Jansen using that speed. That's what you talked about, Lou. That young man can fly out across the 45 to the 46. That's an 11-yard gain.
Yeah, really a surprisingly good athlete. I mean, we knew he could run the football. We knew he was a good athlete, but I think he has improved his athleticism even since last year. So quick, and he's a guy I think you could throw him back there at running back, and he would do just fine.
1st and 10 from the 46. Jansen split wide. They put him in motion. Instead, it will be the keeper to Hammond. Dives forward, drives Cedar Catholic defenders backwards across midfield to the 49. It'll be 2nd down and about 5.
Mac Hammond is having a nice night here. A couple touchdowns already. Gets a good run there. It's one thing. Desire to win and all that stuff you talk about. It's just tough when you're getting beat up front. That's the problem with Cedar Catholic. This line for Norfolk Catholic is so dominant.
Stretch play, 1st down. Oh, ball came out. I think they're going to say he was down. It was recovered by Norfolk Catholic down the field, but they say that Timmerman was already down at the 41-yard line, goes for a gain of 8 and a 1st down.
Pretty sure, Eric, that the ground caused that fumble.
Yeah.
Yep, that's proof there. If they would have kept the fumble call, that would have helped Norfolk Catholic. But I think that's the right call.
As it is, 1st and 10 in Cedar Catholic territory at the 41-yard line in a game that, despite knowing how good Norfolk Catholic is, this is a start to this game that, frankly, has been shocking. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Collars looking for the sidestep, gets a few out across the 40 to the 38. It'll be 2nd down upcoming after that gain of 3.
Well, I think we thought that Cedar Catholic might have some trouble moving the ball against Norfolk Catholic, but their defense has been so good. You thought maybe they had a chance to slow this offense down. I'm not sure anybody in Class C2 is going to be able to slow this offense down. The way they're executing, the way they're playing up front, this Norfolk Catholic offense is looking scary good here tonight.
Call it 2nd down and 8. Ball's at the Cedar Catholic 39. Jansen on play action. Looking far sideline for Cush. Too tall. Incomplete. Pretty good coverage by Whitmire. Down the far sideline, Aiden Cush couldn't catch up to it. It'll be third down.
Yeah, that one falls incomplete. Ball just sailed a little bit over his head there. But, you know, if you're moving the ball the way you have been and the way your defense is playing, you can certainly try to take those shots downfield. And that's not anything out of the ordinary for Norfolk Catholic's offense. They will do that periodically.
Aiden Core split wide to the right on 3rd and 8. Knights keep it on the ground. Don't get much. It'll be 4th down. Nice job on the interior there. That's Brady Hookstein making the play. Collars gets a couple. It'll be 4th down, though, and about 5.
I think where you are on the field here, about the 36, 37-yard line, I think Norfolk Catholic is going to go for it. I don't know that you gain much by punting the football here. And, again, you're so confident the way the defense is played that you can take chances like this, go for it on 4th down.
They need the 41-yard line, 2 receivers split wide. Carney to the right, Hayden Kelly to the left. On 4th down. Jansen pulls it out, fires, caught. 1st down yardage for Norfolk Catholic. Out across the 25 to the 23-yard line. That's Sam Spadell. He's been a sure-handed target at tight end for Norfolk Catholic this year.
Yeah, tight end just releasing across the middle. Easy pitch and catch there for Jansen to the big fella Spidell. You know, that's an area. I think Jansen, we talked about how good of a thrower he is. I really like him on the run because he can. That's such a scary proposition for the defense because he can tuck it down and run as well. But he threw a strike for the 1st down to Spidell.
Swing pass near side. That's Timmerman. Has a few blockers, splits a couple of defenders, and then gang tackled. But another solid 1st down gain of about 7. Norfolk Catholic, their offense basically running on script right now.
Yeah, they're doing pretty much anything they want to do against this Cedar Catholic defense. And again, this is a good defensive unit. This is not some schlep team here in Cedar Catholic. These guys are good on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they held Ponca to just 91 yards last week. 64 of that came on a drive late in the game. On 2nd down, play action. Looking, it is bobbled and caught. Oh, he hauled it in at the 1. Spadell took his eyes off it for a moment. But take a look at this incredible concentration.
Watch him juggling the football. I don't know how he ended up coming up with it because he got hit as well right here at the end of the play, but he's able to secure the football before he goes out of bounds. That's a great job by that tight end out there. And, you know, that with Jansen on the corner there, he's trying to complete passes because he had plenty of room to run, but he waited for Spidell to come open and gave it to him where he could catch the football.
Spidell's 3rd reception on the evening. Now 1st and goal from the 1. It's Timmerman diving into the end zone. Touchdown, Norfolk Catholic. The domination continues. Nathan Timmerman in from 1 yard out. His 9th rushing touchdown this season.
Well, again, Norfolk Catholic just kind of, it feels inevitable whenever they get the football. They're playing at such a high level. And that just powering it in from the 1 yard line there for the touchdown. Now this extra point, if it stays 35 in the second half, then you'll have a running clock.
Timmerman's kick up and good. Correction, Hammond's kick is up and good. And Norfolk Catholic, let's start the postseason now. 35-0. They have the lead over Cedar Catholic. You're watching NCN.
Hi, I'm Eric Amos, Ag Loan Officer at the Bank of Hartington and a Northeast Nebraska beef producer. At the Bank of Hartington, we strive to build relationships based on trust and service that last generations. We work with our clients to develop financial plans that help them meet their goals. We know that for our farmers, it is much more than a job, it's a way of life. How do we know? Because we are farmers, and we are living it too.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Borgman Construction. They get the work done with their own crew, never outsourcing the job. Voted best residential roofer in Northeast Nebraska. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health. Affordable, accessible, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
35-0 Norfolk Catholic has come to play tonight at the Hardington Sports Complex. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. 1-yard touchdown run by Nathan Timmerman. And the Norfolk Catholic Knights are rolling on the road. Hammond's kick is away. This one will be returnable from the 6. Whitmire looking for room. Bounces forward off the defender to the 25-yard line. Normally a situation like this for Cedar Catholic, you're saying, look, just sustain something, get something to feel good about going into the half. They need points.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're looking at running clock in the second half. They have to score. They've got to find a way. They've run just 13 plays on offense to this point. They have to sustain something now.
You've got to be able to get some first downs. You've got to keep the football away from Norfolk Catholic. And you're right, 35 points or more in the third quarter, the clock would be continually running, and that's going to be almost impossible to come back from that.
On play action, Reifenrath a little indecisive with that throw. Threw it to Jamison Cotto, but it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think you're open to try anything here. A pass from Reifenrath just a little bit low. Like to put that up a little bit more around his numbers.
So on 2nd down and 10, 4 receivers split wide. Going to run a little keeper to Reifenrath. No, he flips it late. Whitmire, his best game of the night. Sets him up with a 3rd down and short. Whitmire gets about 7. It'll be 3rd and 3. Yeah, by the way, you might be noticing like a bit of a haze in the air. It is not fog. It's smoke. So anybody who's been to a game at the Hardington Sports Complex knows they've got the grills going.
Yeah.
And there is a bit of a breeze, and it is wafting the smoke from the grills onto the field and, frankly, making me hungry.
Yeah. I forgot to bring any money. I was going to just, steal some, but they,
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Please don't do that. You're wearing stuff with NCN logos on it. That would be noticeable.
Well, the ketchup stain would give me away, I'm sure.
Nothing there for Cedar Catholic. That's Braden Burbach making the play on the option. No gain. It's 4th down upcoming for Cedar Catholic, and the punt unit trots back on the field for Coach Cotto.
Yeah, 4 3rd down opportunities. They're 0 for 4 and also 0 for on 4th down. Just can't move the ball right now. And it feels like Norfolk Catholic, you got time. You try to deliver this knockout blow. It's not. It's first half. You try to score as many points as you can, get that continual clock to go in the second half, and get out of here with a win.
Bit of a wobbly kick, but angling well. Takes a Cedar Catholic roll, and will be blown dead at the 32-yard line. 35-yard punt. No return, and Norfolk Catholic now just trying to pour it on as much as they can. As you there it is. There's the grill going.
You got security guys there. They saw me trying to steal one, and
yeah, they make sure they see the gold jackets coming. They need to see a wallet, or else you're going the other way. They set us up nice here. Of course, Chad Cotto is also the AD here. We appreciate their hospitality. We do a lot of games up here in Hardington. It's always a pleasure to come up here. One of the better places to do a football game in the state of Nebraska.
Yeah, always a good time up here.
Jansen through the air on 1st down, caught. That's 1st down yardage, dragging defenders to the 45 on a gain of 13. Max Hammond having himself a ball game tonight.
Yeah, getting it done in every which way. Defense, offense, through the air here. That's a nice catch. And then just powers about 4 Cedar Catholic defenders for the 1st down.
Hammond a rushing touchdown and a defensive touchdown tonight. 1st and 10 from the 45. They go with the fullback. Breaking tackles. Wow, impressive run there. That looked to be stopped in the backfield. But Trevin Suckup kept the legs churning, gets 4. It'll be 2nd down.
And it seems like for Norfolk Catholic right now, even the average gain, you're looking up and it's 4 yards. That's called dominance at the line of scrimmage.
They have not had a negative play yet this evening. As we work it inside of 3 minutes to go in the half. They go back to Suckup. Bounces to the outside, slips tackles, fights his way for 1st down yardage. Trevin Suckup, the 180-pound junior, Out across the 45 to the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 7 and another Norfolk Catholic first down.
Yeah, I think you're going to see the Knights play this like it's 0-0. You're trying to build that lead so that clock continues ticking when you begin the third quarter.
I mean, it's potentially a perfect scenario. You got the postseason starting. You want to get in healthy. If they can get this to running clock before the half, that's a dream scenario for Coach Beller.
Yeah, no question about it. You play your starters maybe a series or two in the third quarter.
Breaking out near side, it's Jansen, gets the edge. Carter Jansen's gone. Touchdown, Norfolk Catholic. The senior signal caller from 44 yards out. It's all Knights in Cedar County this evening.
That's just what I was talking about with Carter Jansen. Watch this speed to the outside. Just runs away from the defense. He is a sprinter. There are not many quarterbacks that are that fast. That's almost unfair, especially the way he can throw the football as well.
Wow. I don't know what to say at this point.
Yeah.
I am shocked by this. Max Hammond to kick the extra point. Up, and it is no good. Pushed it to the right. Just his third miss of the season on his 51st point after attempt this season. So it's 41-0. Norfolk Catholic with the lead. You're watching NCN.
Our planet. It's hungry. Blessed with millions of acres in this great nation, our farmers work tirelessly to feed the planet through seasons of uncertainty and seasons of growth. It's a tough business to do alone. As owners of Central Valley Ag, it's together that we move forward. There's room at the table. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Central Valley Ag.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. Legendary family adventures. Out-of-this-world shopping. Star-studded evenings. And award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
$41-0. Norfolk Catholic. Since that Battle Creek win, that appears to have spurred them on because they have been playing incredible football since. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. This one will roll into the end zone. So Norfolk Catholic survives that game against Battle Creek. You saw it here on NCN. In the 9 quarters plus since, Norfolk Catholic has outscored their opponents 149-7. Wow. 49-0 win over Ponca, 59-7 over Wayne last week, and now 41-0 against a playoff team in Cedar Catholic.
Yeah, this Cedar Catholic would have won this ball game. You'd have a 3-way tie for the district with Norfolk Catholic, Battle Creek, and Cedar Catholic. It does not appear that's going to happen, though.
Cedar Catholic just needs something positive. They go to the air. Oh, my goodness, what a hit. Keaton Arns was hammered. Looks like that young man's okay.
Yeah, that was a tough hit.
Oh, goodness. That was Aiden Core delivering the hit. No gain at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that reminds me I need to call my chiropractor.
We'll be talking to our player of the game in the postgame, brought to you by Dr. Kim Thor, chiropractor in Norfolk. Another big hit there after the incompletion. This is when Norfolk Catholic, they're playing like the shark smelling blood in the water right now. Hey, folks, tune in to News Channel Nebraska every Monday and Tuesday for the Husker Football Coaches Show. Head coach Matt Rule will review last week's game and talk about the road ahead. That's the Husker Football Coaches Show each and every Monday and Tuesday on News Channel Nebraska, brought to you by United Healthcare, where small towns matter. Big game against Northwestern tomorrow.
I'll be down there. I've offered to help Coach Rule. Apparently the restraining order is still in place, so
He'll be watching from a legal distance. That is okay. Pass is low and incomplete. On third down, trying to get it to Matt Lecker, the junior, to the near side. And it will be fourth down. Cedar Catholic will have to punt it again. I've got them for just one first down tonight, Lou.
Yeah. They're 0 for 5 on third down. Just not able to move the ball at all against Norfolk Catholic. And, boy, now Norfolk Catholic get a chance again before halftime. You want to build this lead as big as you can. Just eliminate any chance of your opponent making some, in this case it would be a miraculous comeback, but you want to put them away if you can. That's what Norfolk Catholic's trying to try to do.
Punt fielded at the 43-yard line by Carney, and he's got a block. Oh, a flag comes in. First flag of the game. That's going to wipe out a great return by Carney. It was a 37-yard punt, a great return, but it will be for not our first flag of the night.
Yeah, that has been quiet. That's a hold.
So for Norfolk Catholic, they'll start first and 10. Checking scores from around the state in Class C2, their late first half. Wilbur Claytonia 7, Malcolm nothing. So that's a top 10 team that is trailing on the road. St. Cecilia and Donovan Trumbull have gone to the half. They are tied at 13. Again, Donovan Trumbull needs that one if they got a chance at the postseason. St. Cecilia had that great start to the year. They've been scuffling a bit late in the season. That one could be big. And how about this? In David City, they're at the half. Bishop Newman 6, Aquinas Catholic nothing. The Monarchs hanging with Bishop Newman at home here in Week 9. So we'll keep an eye on those scores for you. Swing pass near side. It's Aiden Cush. His first reception tonight stays in bounds across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Give him 5.
You got to figure,
down.
Eric, you got to figure with the scores you gave, Battle Creek's got to be cheering against Malcolm, don't they? I mean, Battle Creek, they're 7th in points right now, but as you mentioned earlier, that they could fall in points if things don't shake out. If you're Battle Creek, you'd love to have that home game to start the playoffs.
Collar slowed up by his own lineman. That was a good push by the defensive line. No gain. And it'll be third down and about 6 coming up for Norfolk Catholic.
And timeout for Cedar Catholic.
Well, Cedar Catholic will stop things here with 36 seconds to go in the half.
Well, you know, Eric, you look at the points, and what would be a bad scenario, I think, for all of us would be if Battle Creek falls into that 8th spot.
Oh.
Then you're looking at Norfolk Catholic potentially against Battle Creek's second round.
You know, it's one of those things, there's no right answer. There's no way to perfectly set it up. They have committees that vote on the Class A, brackets and things like that. But you just can't do that in Class C2 as you look at the top 10. But you saw it in Class D2 last night, right?
Yeah.
Howells Dodge and Bloomfield should not be playing in the round of 32. It's just, those are two top 10 teams.
Yeah.
And now Bloomfield's season is done. And Howells Dodge, they're a 12 seed in the D1 playoffs next week, taking on Ainsworth.
Yeah.
That's an incredible second-round game. Now, part of it is, we've talked about it before, an 8-man. Class D1 is so deep. The number of great teams in D1 runs long. So you're going to get that, but you're right. If there's any justice in the world, wherever Battle Creek is seated, it will be on the opposite end of Norfolk Catholic, because I think everybody, with the exception of the fan bases of the other teams involved, would like to see a rematch of Norfolk Catholic and Battle Creek for the state championship in Lincoln.
Yeah, you don't want it in the second round. That's what you don't want, and that's too bad if that happens. If Battle Creek were to fall in the 8 or 9 spot, then you could certainly have that in the second round. And both those teams just too talented, I think, for one of them to be out that early.
That pass caught by Brennan Kelly, the 7th different receiver to catch a ball from Carter Jansen tonight on 11 passes. That's spreading the wealth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hand off, it's Collars up the middle, dancing between defenders. He's got first down yardage, muscles his way across the 35 to the 32. That's a 15-yard gain for Brandon Collars, and with 5 seconds to go in the half, it'll be first down Norfolk Catholic.
And Norfolk Catholic calling a timeout. Going to take one shot at the end zone here again to try to build that lead and put this game away at halftime.
Or do you try, you've got the postseason coming up. You see what kind of leg your kicker has.
There you go.
This would be, I don't know, about a 48-yarder?
48 from
That
there,
is
yep.
indeed what they're going to do, I think. I just saw Max Hammond lining himself up. So this is the 3D chess you have to play when you're trying to win a championship. You call the timeout, try to get yourself a kick because, later in the year you might need a 48-yarder to win a game.
Yeah, as games get difficult in the playoffs, you certainly might, and especially the lower you go in class, if you've got a good kicker, that's such an advantage.
Absolutely.
Because you get down there at the 15-yard line or whatever, it's 3rd and 8. A lot of teams go for it. If you got a kicker that can put points on the board, that's such an advantage. We'll see if Max Hammond can drill this one. Looks like about 48
yeah, we'll
yards.
call it 48 yards.
Yep.
Hammond has kicked one field goal this year. From 48. Ooh, that might have been blocked. And this is returnable. This is Brady Hochstein coming out of the end zone. Norfolk Catholic will bring him down. So the kick no good. But other than that, not a bad first half for Norfolk Catholic. As we head to the break, 41-0. Knights with the lead. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, listening to you to create an individualized healthcare plan that fits your needs and preferences is our top priority. Whether you need an annual checkup, specialized gynecology care, or pregnancy management, we partner with you to provide expert care using advanced practices, technology, and techniques. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN. Care on your terms is the Faith difference.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Fall harvest means long hours for you and your equipment. You both need a fuel that can handle the pressure. So use Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster Premium Diesel from Farmer's Pride for more power, better fuel economy, faster starts, and special additives to help reduce downtime. What's more, when you do business with Farmer's Pride, you'll notice a personal touch that goes beyond the expected. Farmer's Pride, in the field, on your farm, in your community.
When you're a small ag bank in rural Nebraska, it's easy for people to assume you're like all other banks. But then you realize it doesn't have to be this way. There is a better way, and you're willing to make the sacrifices to change the future of your bank and your customers forever.
Security Bank, honored for award-winning banking practices.
Hi, this is Dr. Kim. Chiropractic care is great for children, babies, and pregnant women. Chiropractic has been shown to make a pregnancy more smooth, less painful, and an easier delivery. Chiropractic has helped babies with colic, acid reflux, and many other things.
Hi, my name's Josie Clark, and I'm a PA. I understand the importance of chiropractor in raising healthy kids and having a comfortable pregnancy.
Call Dr. Kim today.
NCN Sports is sponsored by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. And by Boardman Construction, voted best residential roofer in Northeast Nebraska.
Halftime in Hardington, and all I can say is, wow, what a first half by the Norfolk Catholic Knights. They rack up 303 yards of offense, get a defensive touchdown for good measure, and they lead Cedar Catholic 41-0 at the break. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. We take a look at the halftime highlights. Spoiler alert, it's going to be all Norfolk Catholic. And look, we can talk about the stats. They're gaudy. This is all about what's going on in the offensive line. This offensive line has set the tone from the opening gun. They have dominated at the line of scrimmage, and that starting five on the offensive line, they have basically, it almost broken the will of Cedar Catholic. They have dominated tonight.
Yeah, from the get-go, you see that touchdown run there by Collars. A nice hole there, that offensive line. We've said their name. I'll say them again. Fennessy, Flood, Moss, Widener, Sosek. Those guys have gotten it done tonight. They have dominated up front. And Norfolk Catholic is a good offensive team. Let's watch a defensive play, though, with Max Hammond taking it to the house. 21-yard interception return all the way for a touchdown. And when things are going well, they're just going well. And that Norfolk Catholic is doing everything right here in this first half.
Look, Lou, you and I have called some blowouts over the years. I have a hard time remembering a first half this disparate between two teams. Norfolk Catholic has 303 yards of offense by my count, 178 on the ground, 125 through the air. Carter Jansen, 9 of 11 passing, 125 yards to 7 different receivers. Cedar Catholic has 27 yards of offense total.
Wow.
303 to 27.
Well,
and again, this is a good team.
Yeah.
That Norfolk Catholic is doing this to.
I think we've seen Norfolk Catholic do this to other people. I've just never seen him do it to Cedar Catholic. This is normally a 14-7 type game, a head knocker. But again, Cedar Catholic, as you mentioned, that's a good football team, but in a rebuilding mode, likely I think they certainly have a chance to be in the playoffs, but Norfolk Catholic just playing on a completely different level. And I think they're showing, as we talked about Battle Creek and how good they are, and they certainly are a very good team. For my money, Norfolk Catholic is the team to beat in Class C2. If you're going to win the championship, you got to beat these guys.
And no one's been able to do it for well over a year. 21 straight wins and counting for Norfolk Catholic. Looks like number 22 is coming. We're going to have continuous clock in the second half. We'll come back. We'll see if we can check on some other scores from around C2 coming up. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Get rewarded and earn interest for using your My Design Rewards checking account with Midwest Bank. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and I get rewarded when I use my debit card grabbing a bite to eat or getting coffee before class. It's easy, simple, and smart. It's not about how much money I have in my account. I get rewarded just for using my debit card at all my favorite places. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
My brother RJ had me believe that he knew exactly what he was taking, but I don't think that during those times he was ever necessarily sober. We lost RJ at 32 to a prescription opioid overdose.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Borgman Construction. They get the work done with their own crew, never outsourcing the job. Voted best residential roofer in Northeast Nebraska. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health. Affordable, accessible, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we believe in local. It's something we live by. It's something we're proud of. It's helping our neighbors grow like they've helped us. Supporting families, investing in lives, and creating prosperity. Local means making decisions that grow and improve surrounding communities we call home. Investing in our nonprofits and giving back. Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, great for you, great for your community.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Central Valley Ag, working with farmers and growing agriculture together. And by Security Bank, my kind of bank, with locations in Laurel, Hardington, Osmond, Coleridge, and Allen.
At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, listening to you to create an individualized healthcare plan that fits your needs and preferences is our top priority. Whether you need an annual checkup, specialized gynecology care, or pregnancy management, we partner with you to provide expert care using advanced practices, technology, and techniques. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN. Care on your terms is the faith difference.
Hi, I'm Marie Haar, Vice President and Ag Lender at Bank of Hartington, and a Northeast Nebraska dairy and beef producer. Whether it's developing a marketing strategy, a break-even analysis, or cash flow projections, at the Bank of Hartington, we understand the ever-changing demands and challenges of today's grain and livestock producers. We understand these challenges because we are farmers, and we're living it too.
A partner in your everyday since 1975. Woodhouse.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
If you've ever tried to grow something, you know the time and attention it takes. Imagine growing crops that feed our community and nation. Dawn to dusk, farm families will work tirelessly to complete the season's work. What began as seed has grown into bountiful crops spanning as far as the eye can see. The fruits of this labor benefit our community and our nation's economy. During this harvest season, Madison County Bank offers all farmers our sincere thanks and appreciation for all that you do.
Back at the Hartington Athletic Complex alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. 41-0, Norfolk Catholic with the lead over Cedar Catholic here at the half. And as we, take a look around things in Class C2, we do have some close games going on around the state of Nebraska. They're still at the half in Wilbur. Wilbur-Claytonia, a 7-0 lead over Malcolm. So the number 5 team in the state in a little bit of trouble. That would be a huge win for the Wolverines if they can keep that one going. Some other games tonight. Ord, they are in the lead on the road against Centura. They've got a 21-7 lead. U10 is all over Takema Herman right now, 42-6. Kearney Catholic up on Gibbon, 30-6. Another bubble team and 2 teams in this district. Ponca, a 7-0 lead over Westholt. That's in the third quarter. The season is not over for Ponca just yet. They're 17th in points coming into tonight. They would probably still need some help. But if they can get a win tonight, they certainly would have a chance to make it into the postseason as well. So a lot to keep an eye on as we look around Class C2. And again, Lou, I go back to what we talked about in the first half. Everybody is just trying to jockey for position and trying to get themselves into a position to take down that number 1 team right there. Norfolk Catholic, they've won 21 in a row. It's about to be 22, and they have shown time and time again they are the team to beat in Class C2.
Yeah, we did the Battle Creek game here on News Channel Nebraska. Also did the Oakland Craig game between Norfolk Catholic and Oakland Craig here on News Channel Nebraska. That the very first game of the year was Oakland Craig, and Oakland Craig played them very well for the first half. And then Norfolk Catholic took over in that second half, and it seems like they have not looked back since then. They have just been so dominant. A very, very tough battle with Battle Creek in that that crazy weather night with all the thunderstorms that blew through and forced a delay. But you saw how Norfolk Catholic was able to win that game, and I think a lot of that was their ability to be multifaceted offensively. I think they can do so many things well on that offensive side of the ball, with not just the great offensive line, but the good skill play and the quarterback in Jansen, who I've been impressed with from day one this season. They really have it all. You're going to have to play a very good game if you're going to compete with Norfolk Catholic this season.
Couple of other quick scores for you. They've just started the second half. Hastings St. Cecilia, Doniphan Trumbull tied at 13, and they're in the second half in David City. Bishop Newman, again, the record says 7-1. It's officially 6-2 after they had to forfeit their game against David City because of using an ineligible player. They are in the lead on the road against Aquinas Catholic 6-0. That game in the third quarter. We'll keep our eye on that and get you the second half coming up. It's all Norfolk Catholic right now. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is sponsored by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. And by Boardman Construction, voted best residential roofer in Northeast Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Central Valley Ag, working with farmers and growing agriculture together. And by Security Bank, my kind of bank, with locations in Laurel, Hardington, Osmond, Coleridge, and Allen.
A partner in your everyday since 1975. Woodhouse.
I got this. Now there's a better way to pay. Digital wallet from Security Bank. Try it today.
About to start the second half here in Hardington. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Glad you could join us here on News Channel Nebraska. We got college football coming your way tomorrow. UNK at home against Missouri Western. Fun little rivalry there in the south central Nebraska from Cope Stadium. We'll be live tomorrow afternoon, 12:50, our start time here on NCN. Then next Saturday, our final Wayne State broadcast of the year at home against Augustana. Tough loss last week for the Wildcats against a very good Bemidji State team. The Wildcats, it's pretty simple now. Just got to win out if you're going to make it to the postseason.
You got to win, and I tell you what, for Wayne State, if you can win that game against Augustana, I think you have an argument. They were 9-2 to get into the playoffs last year. I think you have an argument because you would have beaten Augustana and Minnesota Duluth, both ranked, if they're able to do that. But you're right; they have to win out. They can't just win Augustana. They've got to win tomorrow. They've got to win going forward. But certainly Wayne State still, I think, a playoff caliber team.
So those games coming up on newschannelnebraska.com. Also, keep an eye on our website tomorrow. At some point over the weekend, we're going to be figuring out what we're doing in the postseason. There are so many great teams in Northeast Nebraska to cover. I mean, you could just pick one out of a hat. There are so many great teams. Both of these teams will be in the postseason, certainly. We got Battle Creek A lot of 8-man teams. Stanton, boy, we talk about dominance.
Yeah.
We need to talk about the Stanton Mustangs, what they're doing down there in the 53 county. Coach Dave Stoddard has got a winner down there. That Mustang squad has been phenomenal this year.
Yeah, they've been blowing everybody out. Number 1 in points in Class D1, and they will certainly have their next ball game at home. I've forgotten already who they've
got Summerland.
Summerland, there you go.
Summerland Bobcats winning their first ever playoff game last night. Congratulations to Coach Tramer. And those amazing powder blue uniforms.
Yeah, I like those.
1st and 10, Cedar Catholic as we start the second half. Again, it's going to be continuous clock unless Cedar Catholic can get a touchdown and an extra point here. Now, that missed extra point, field goal, that does loom a bit large in that if Cedar Catholic can finish this drive with a touchdown, they can stop the clock again.
And Cedar Catholic right now just trying to get first downs, let alone touchdowns. But you're right. If you can get that clock stopped, that at least gives you a prayer. If that clock keeps running, you got no chance to come back.
2nd down 9 after the 1-yard gain by Brighton Whitmire. Near side, all kinds of time, but no one open. Reifenrath has to scramble. He'll take off down the sideline. Has some room. Splits a couple of defenders. Good bit of improvisation there from the junior QB. Gets to the 30. It'll be 3rd and short.
Cedar Catholic that first half 0 for 5 on 3rd downs and 0 for 1 on 4th down, so really struggled in these situations. Now it's 3rd down and short. Again with the clock running, I think you'll probably see him go for it even if they don't get it here on this play.
3rd and 1 from the 30. 2 receivers split to either side. I formation behind Reifenrath. Tried the hard count, instead just hands off to the fullback, and he's straight ahead. Well, we're going to have to check the spot here. I thought at first it looked like he got it, but it's going to depend.
I think he got it. It looks like he got it.
That was Ty Taney, the senior.
Now they respot the football. Yep, still a first down.
That is indeed enough. Taney's first carry tonight. Cedar Catholic gets the first down. Taney's a senior, but you look up and down this offense, Lou. Braden Reifenrath, he's back. Brighton Whitmire, he's back. So many of these weapons are back next year, and particularly on their offensive line. Regardless of what happens over the next couple of weeks, as we look at this first down play here, too tall, incomplete, looking for Nolan Becker. I got to say, the next couple of years look pretty bright for the Cedar Catholic squad. I think Coach Cotto's got a program to watch here over the next 2 years.
And again, I think Coach Cotto's a guy that gets the most out of his players and gets the most out of his team. You saw that last year, a team that probably with all the injuries they had no business thinking state championship game, yet they made it. They found a way. That's just a great job with Coach Cotto and his coaching staff to get the kids up to play those games despite missing some important pieces due to injury.
Reifenrath on play action, has a man open, knocked away, incomplete. That pass might have hung up a little bit. That allowed Carney to come over and break it up. It'll be 3rd down.
That was a good play by Carney to finish that play. That looked like a completion, but Carney able to knock it away.
So 3rd down and 10 from the 32-yard line. And again, Cedar Catholic at 5-3. I've done a lot of math this week, more than really I thought I would need to. That's why I got into broadcasting. But I think even with a loss tonight, Cedar Catholic will likely be in. The issue is they're going to be playing another team likely of Norfolk Catholic's caliber, as the scramble by Reifenrath only gets about 4 yards. And there you see that great defensive pursuit by the Knights again. That time, well, what a night Mason Widener has had. That's Widener again in open space. He might be the best open field tackler we've seen all year.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He really is. I really like watching him play that inside linebacker position. And I don't know that there's many linebackers in Class C2 that run like he runs. He is very, very fast. And as you just mentioned, a very good tackler in space.
So on 4th down, Cedar Catholic will punt it away. Hunter Benson has been busy. Got some good punts off. This is a pretty good one. Carney will backpedal, receive it at the 30. Has some blockers out across the 40 to the 44-yard line. That is a 14-yard return of a 36-yard punt. Norfolk Catholic will start things off first and 10 at the 44-yard line. I was going to ask how long we see the starters. I think we've already got some replacements in on offense. We'll keep our eye on things.
Yeah, this offensive line's not quite as big.
Yeah, they got a lot smaller in the second half.
A little bit smaller out there. Yep.
Yeah, we got some new players in there. Nolan Becker, or rather, new quarterback in for Norfolk Catholic is Callan Marshall, the sophomore. Handoff here for about a yard. Forward progress there for Gage Yostin, the sophomore, 210-pound sophomore fullback. Of course, they got a 210-pound sophomore fullback in their back pocket. Yostin gets a yard. So the starters' night likely done. As this second half it's going to fly by. That's Aiden Core in motion. The pitch. Diving into the pile is Nathan Timmerman, the sophomore, 175-pounder. Well, he's someone in the years ahead. I think he's a guy who's going to be one of those star running backs for Norfolk Catholic. I like the way he runs with the football. He's very good out of the backfield catching passes. Just a sophomore. I think by his senior year, he's going to be a big-time playmaker for Coach Jeff Beller.
Yeah, I agree. That's one of the reasons Norfolk Catholic is so perennially good, is guys get chances to play like this here in the third quarter.
3rd and 8. Going to the air is Marshall. It is incomplete. Trying to get it to Braden Burbach in traffic. But no dice, and it'll be 4th down, and for just the 9th time this season, the Norfolk Catholic Knights are going to punt the football. It's almost a shame because Nolan Fennessy's really good.
Well, Nolan Fennessy's good at a lot of things here in this football field. I think the reason they've only punted 8 times is there's some rule about cruelty to football. you can only kick them so many times if you're Nolan Fennessy.
Averages 42.5 yards a punt. And puts an absolute hammer into that one. My goodness. Angled it out, even Coffin cornered it. Wow, what a punt. Is that why Nebraska wants him? They mark it out of bounds at the 10. That's a 44-yard punt, no return.
Yeah, I think Nebraska wants him. I'm not sure as a punter. I'm just
Probably
saying.
not.
I think
it's good to know that that's there in case.
I know Matt Rule likes to change positions for guys, but I don't think he sees Nolan Fennessy and says punter. I don't think so.
Not at all. That'll be 1st and 10 for Cedar Catholic at their own 10-yard line. Late stages, third quarter in this running clock game. Handoff Whitmire. Sophomore had a bit of a hole there. Knocked over by Oliver Daniel. 150-pound sophomore after an 8-yard gain.
Well, Whitmire is another guy, I think, with a bright future for the Cedar Catholic bunch. He's been good this season, only a sophomore. And as this team matures and he matures, you're not going to see many games like this, I don't think, going forward for Cedar Catholic in the next couple of years.
2nd down and 2 after the 8-yard gain. Whitmire's longest tonight. He has 22 yards on 7 carries. The pitch. Whitmire looking for some blockers. Finds them, has the 1st down. Out across the 25 to the 26, another solid 8-yard gain.
Watch Brighton Whitmire here. Not the biggest guy, 170, but he's not afraid to put his shoulder down and go into traffic and draw some contact. Tough guy at 170 pounds.
So 1st and 10. Ball at the 26-yard line. Reifenrath to the air. He'll swing it out of the backfield, dropped. Oh, that one was almost backwards. They'll say going forward, incomplete as they were trying to get it to Whitmire out of the backfield. And it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that was certainly close. If that's behind the line of scrimmage, that's a fumble.
Hard to see. We're not Getting the sideline view there. But again, the ball was in front of Whitmire.
Yeah.
Generally, if it's behind him, the runner is spinning around.
If it's close, they're going to give you the benefit of the doubt if the ball's out in front of the receiver.
2nd and 10 from the 27. Matt Lecker in motion. We'll go to the fullback. That's Taney. Hit hard across the line. Burbach makes the stop at the 29. It'll be 3rd down and about 8 coming up.
Cedar Catholic just struggling all night long on 3rd down. They're 1 for 8.
Update in Hastings, St. Cecilia and Donovan trouble in a nail-biter. 5:27 to go, 3rd quarter. St. Cecilia up 20-19. Extra points have been the difference in that one in Adams County. 3rd and 8 here. Reifenrath on the scramble. Has a man, caught. Turning upfield for the 1st down. That's Nolan Becker, team's leading receiver coming into tonight. And moves the sticks out to the 40-yard line on a gain of 11.
Well, certainly Cedar Catholic doesn't want to get shut out here, and I know Norfolk Catholic would like to pitch the shutout. I don't know that that's important to Jeff Beller, but some of the players are certainly trying to preserve that shutout.
Look, if you're on that 2nd unit, the 1st unit is set at the half. Look, they did the job over 2 quarters, and if the 2nd unit doesn't keep that shutout, they're going to hear about it in practice this week.
That's exactly right. You're going to hear it from the other players. Certainly you want your backups to come in and play well. No doubt about that.
Look, at any moment, one of these backups could become a starter. One injury, that's all it takes.
Yeah, and that's why they're playing in this situation. Is you want some quality reps here. It's 41-0, but it's 3rd quarter. You're still getting some quality reps in.
Reifenrath swings it near side. That is caught out of bounds to Jamison Cotto, his first reception of the evening. And that takes us to the end of the 3rd quarter. It goes quick when you're up 41. 41-0, Norfolk Catholic with the lead. 4th quarter next. You're watching NCN.
The Heart and Vascular team at Faith Regional Cardiovascular Institute has spent the last 22 years focused on providing the highest level of heart care possible. With over 24,000 patients seen in the last 2 years alone, we know cardiac care by heart. Today, we offer the most advanced practices and technology to patients in 11 local communities, ensuring easier access to cardiology services. With specialists focusing on heart failure, vascular diseases, thoracic surgery, abnormal heart rhythms, and general cardiology, you can count on our heart experts to collaborate to provide you with the best care possible. Faith Regional Cardiovascular Institute, keeping a pulse on the hearts of Nebraska for over 2 decades, is the faith difference.
"12 minutes to go in the regular season. 41-0, Norfolk Catholic with the lead over Cedar Catholic alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. 3rd and 3 for Cedar Catholic as we start the 4th quarter. The Trojans will finish the regular season 5-4. Whitmire stood up, not going to get there. That's Gage Yostin making a great play defensively for Norfolk Catholic, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, heck of a play there by Yostin. He's a big fella at 210 there, and able to make that tackle. That's a young man that's probably starting for a lot of teams around the state. But it's tough to break the starting lineup against Norfolk Catholic.
Straight ahead for 1st down yardage on 4th down. Reifenrath gets 5 on the keeper. Hey, folks, after the game, we'll be talking to the winning head coach, brought to you by Sarpy County Tourism. Probably going to be Jeff Beller.
Yeah, probably.
1st and 10 at the Norfolk Catholic 46. Reifenrath drops back, scrambles, able to throw it late over the middle, playing in traffic. Yostin had a beat on that one. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Had a lot of time there. finally gets flushed out, and he's thrown a couple of those that just on the run, he's just thrown them low. And comes from the pressure that did eventually come.
So 2nd and 10. Becker split wide to the left, Cotto to the right. They've got Keaton Arns split wide in the slot. Cotto in motion. On play action, Reifenrath. Almost intercepted. That was Danny Collars, 170-pound sophomore. And it'll be 3rd down, and Collars is still down. Is that Collars, or is that, no, that's a Cedar Catholic player who is down and holding his left ankle. So the training staff for Cedar Catholic is out on the field as we take another look at our Madison County Bank replay. It pulled up as he was going up for the catch, and young man is still down. We'll take a break. Hopefully we can get an update later on. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
It's never been easier to get rewarded for using my debit card at Midwest Bank. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and with my rewards checking account, I get rewarded for the simple things. Each time I swipe my debit card getting gas or picking up groceries. With Midwest Bank, it's not about how much money I have in my account. I get rewarded for just using my debit card at all my favorite places. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
It's Jared Reuter, the sophomore, being helped off the field. He went to jump to try to catch the pass, and I don't know if he twisted his ankle, but he's able to put some weight on it. That's a good sign. But his night likely done, and Cedar Catholic facing a 3rd and 10 as the clock continues to wind here in the 4th quarter alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Braden Reifenrath sends Arns in motion. Pressured, in trouble, and sacked. Norfolk Catholic meeting at the quarterback. That's Cale Puntney, the freshman, and the junior Owen Snodgrass combining for the sack. Loss of 8, it's 4th down.
Young players making plays. Norfolk Catholic, as we mentioned, they're trying to preserve a shutout. Defensive players come up big there, and 4th and 19, it's going to force likely a punt here for the Trojans.
Still seeing some defensive battles south of us. It's still 7-0 Wilbur Claytonia over Malcolm. They just started the 4th quarter.
Wow.
And late stages 3rd quarter, it's 6-0 Bishop Neumann over Aquinas. So we'll keep our eye on those. Norfolk Catholic, oh, look out. That's a live ball. Able to jump on it is Will Brockhouse, the freshman. Back to the 16-yard line where Norfolk Catholic will take over. So Norfolk Catholic, they'll be starting the postseason with a 22-game winning streak. And Lou, the thing about it is the things that coaches normally worry about this time of year, this team doesn't do. Their special teams are great. They really don't turn the ball over. Their offensive line is dominant. I mean, I just don't see what the thing is that you look at.
Yeah.
You just have to try to be better than them for 48 minutes. And that's going to be really, really hard.
It'll be really hard. You really have a lot of talent, I think, to stay with Norfolk Catholic.
Pass over the top. Caught! Out across the 40 to the 43-yard line. That's a 27-yard gain. Aiden Core from Callan Marshall.
Oh, there you go. Backup's playing well here.
8 different Knights have caught a ball tonight.
Yeah, Marshall with a nice throw on the run. That's a good job and a good catch there by Core. And that's what makes a guy like Jeff Beller smile is you got backups coming in and they're not just going through the motions. They're making plays.
So from the 43-yard line on 1st down, the handoff up the middle. That's Yostin.
Some people would say that, you got the young guys playing. They're not playing with a lot of pressure. Well, I think they are playing with pressure, especially on the defensive side, because we've already mentioned it. You got to face your teammates.
Yeah.
If you don't make plays, Your teammates are expecting you to go out and play at a high level, and if you don't, then you got to hear it from them. Not to mention your coaches.
2nd down and 5. You talk about the future. Nathan Timmerman and Gage Yostin are 2 sophomores in the backfield for Norfolk Catholic that I think are going to be monsters by the time they're seniors. That twosome, my goodness, they got 2 more years ahead of them.
Yeah,
That was Oliver Daniel carrying for the first time.
Yeah, Oliver Daniel is another sophomore. You mentioned Yostin. He's already at 210 as a sophomore. You figure there's some more time to put some size on that frame.
Timmerman at 175, and they both run the ball well already. 3rd and 1 in Cedar Catholic territory at the 49. Here's Yostin bowling ahead. 1st down yardage for the big man out across the 45 to the 43. That's a gain of 6. And the Knights move the ball again.
Gage Yostin get off the bus. You're thinking that's a starter out there. And that's how good Norfolk Catholic is, because he would be a starter for a lot of teams around the state here in Class C2.
Not only would he be a starter, I dare say he'd have some pretty gaudy stats on the backfield for a lot of teams. His day will come, though, I think. 1st and 10 from the 43. The pitch, far side for about a yard. That's Will Brockhouse, the freshman. And now we've reached the point where Eric's run out of room on his stat sheet. Brockhouse carries for a yard. That is the 9th different ball carrier for Norfolk Catholic. We've done so many Norfolk Catholic games over the years. I need to start. There are certain teams you just need to know you need to bring wider stat sheets for.
A good tackle there by Titani for Cedar Catholic to run that ball carry down. You like it, even though you're down 41-0. Guys still playing hard.
And this is Taney's last home game. Again, not a lot of seniors on this roster, just 8. Taney among them. We've got offsides on Norfolk Catholic, lined up offsides. Only 2 penalties in this game, both of them against the Knights.
Well, there you go, something to work on, right?
Exactly. And again, we've talked about the youth of this Cedar Catholic team. This is Chad Cotto, a really, really good coach.
Mm-hmm.
Another 2 years of the young guys that he's got in this program. They're going to remember this game. They're going to remember what this felt like.
Right.
And they're going to use that, and they're going to build on it.
Well,
I think there's a lot of really good football ahead for this Cedar Catholic Trojan program.
I agree with you, and I think that's what you tell your team is look across the way. That's who we want to be here in a couple of years.
Straight ahead to the 45-yard line goes Brockhouse for a couple. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Again, you just don't see Cedar Catholic lose games like this very often. And usually when these teams play, this is a 4-quarter head knocker. It hasn't been that way tonight.
They hung with Battle Creek a couple of weeks ago. There were a couple of late scores. Battle Creek got them 30-12. And again, they just beat Ponca 26-0 last week.
Only lost to Oakland Craig by 3. Oakland Craig's a really good team.
On 3rd and 12, the rollout, tough throw against the grain. It's caught. That's a 1st down. Out across the 25 to the 21-yard line, a 24-yard gain. How about Callan Marshall, an impressive throw by the sophomore.
Yeah, with that continuous clock, you don't worry about anything as far as time. You just try to go out as a backup here and execute, make plays. And they have done that. They have been impressive. This group is looking really good here in this what could be the last drive of the ball game.
Oliver Daniel, the recipient, 24 yards. The 9th different Norfolk Catholic player to catch a ball this evening. The pitch, far side. There's another new ball carrier for Norfolk Catholic. That is Caden Nutzman, the 140-pound freshman. Gets himself a yard. So Nutzman out to the 20-yard line. Bishop Neumann has scored again. They're now up on Aquinas Catholic 12-0. The Cavaliers have just got to be a little shell-shocked. I mean, it's been a bizarre 24 hours for that program. Handoff fullback, that's Daniel. Driven backwards. It'll be 3rd down, no gain. A correction there, that carry to Brockhouse.
That's got to be so frustrating if you're Bishop Newman to have something like that happen. Really, the unfortunate thing is the player that played late, to my understanding. And
it was a 62-7 game. I mean, it didn't help them. You know what I mean? They didn't need it.
And it's unfortunate that you have to forfeit a game in that circumstance. But it happened, and now you got to deal with it. But I think if you're Bishop Newman, you want to get those power points back and try to get some home games.
Yeah, they're going to be playing probably most of their games, if not all of them, on the road now. A 4-yard gain there for Daniel. And it's still 7-0, Wilbur Claytonia with the lead over Malcolm. Actually, it appears Wilbur Claytonia has just scored again. So the number 5 team in the state on the ropes, on the road, that could change some things in some brackets tomorrow.
Folks in Battle Creek are celebrating right now.
We could be in for a wild postseason in Class C2.
I think so.
All right, 4th down here for Norfolk Catholic. Handoff left side for a couple. Cedar Catholic gets the defensive stop. The first drive that did not end in a touchdown or at least an attempt at a field goal. Cedar Catholic gets their first defensive stop of the night.
Well, that's something to celebrate here if you're Cedar Catholic.
So they'll try and take over here. Get something going. Probably time for a couple more plays, and that's all. Wanted to correct, it was Malcolm who scored. They have actually just taken the lead on Wilbur Claytonia. So the Clippers are in the lead on the road. And Cedar Catholic just going to kneel down on it. Or rather, Norfolk Catholic going to kneel down on it. So they did get enough for the first down. And Norfolk Catholic, boy. I mean, there's dominance, and then there's what we saw tonight. The Norfolk Catholic Knights this evening have made the statement. Class C2 runs through them. You want to win a state title, you're going to have to find a way to do what no one's done in over a year and a half. Your final, 41-0. Norfolk Catholic dominates on the road tonight. Post-game show coming up. You're watching NCN.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
If you've ever tried to grow something, you know the time and attention it takes. Imagine growing crops that feed our community and nation. Dawn to dusk, farm families will work tirelessly to complete the season's work. What began as seed has grown into bountiful crops spanning as far as the eye can see. The fruits of this labor benefit our community and our nation's economy. During this harvest season, Madison County Bank offers all farmers our sincere thanks and appreciation for all that you do.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, listening to you to create an individualized healthcare plan that fits your needs and preferences is our top priority. Whether you need an annual checkup, specialized gynecology care, or pregnancy management, we partner with you to provide expert care using advanced practices, technology, and techniques. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN. Care on your terms is the Faith difference.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Borgman Construction. They get the work done with their own crew, never outsourcing the job. Voted best residential roofer in Northeast Nebraska. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health. Affordable, accessible, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Let's talk top plays this evening. That's brought to you by Currency. Does your business need help financing big-ticket items? Well, Currency's here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Norfolk Catholics won 21 in a row on the road against rival Cedar Catholic. It's usually a competitive game when these two teams play. Note I said usually. Norfolk Catholic dominated this game early and often, getting it done offensively. This is the opening drive, 14 plays. Finished off by a 4-yard touchdown run by Max Hammond. Norfolk Catholic up early in this one, 7-0. They can do it through the air as well. Carter Jansen, he is one heck of a quarterback. Delivers it on a dime to Clayton Carney, 35 yards, 14-0. Norfolk Catholic with the lead. Still first quarter. Norfolk Catholic getting it done defensively as well. Mason Widener, just a terror at linebacker, gets the stop there on Cedar Catholic. Cedar Catholic was held to just 27 yards of offense in the first half. You see the stop here on 4th down as Cedar Catholic trying to keep a drive going. They can't do it. Nolan Fennessy says that's a 4th down stop. He's right. Norfolk Catholic takes over, and they finish off the drive. Into the end zone from 6 yards out. That's Brandon Collars, his 17th rushing touchdown this year. 21-0 Norfolk Catholic leading at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, Cedar Catholic trying to get something going through the air. Max Hammond has other ideas. He's got the interception and he's got blockers. Max Hammond going to go 28 yards for the INTD, and Norfolk Catholic continues to dominate. Now up 28-0. They extend it with a touchdown on the ground. Nathan Timmerman, the sophomore, his 9th rushing touchdown of the year, 35-0. And then for good measure, one more. All these points coming in the first half. 44-yard touchdown run by Carter Jansen, his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. And Norfolk Catholic gets the win, 41-0. Their 22nd straight victory. And those top plays brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank. For all your banking needs, Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust. There is a difference. Time now for our coach's post-game interview. That's brought to you by Sarpy County Tourism. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com. Jeff Beller standing by with Lou Siefker.
All right, Eric, thanks a lot. Well, Norfolk Catholic, it's a very impressive win here on the road tonight against Cedar Catholic here in Hartington. I'm joined now by head coach of the Norfolk Catholic Knights, Jeff Beller. Coach, first of all, I don't know that you could get off to a better start than you did tonight. It was 21-0 after one, and it just seemed like you guys were clicking in all facets of the game.
We did. We really started well and played well early. You know, the first drive's always big. A lot of times we want to start on defense, and they want to flip and deferred, and our guys did a good job of moving the ball down the field and scoring. And, you know, the second drive we had, we really hit a really good catch, I thought, because I thought we kind of missed him long, and he just got it on his fingertips and hung on and scored. And then we held them, I think, on a 4th and 1, and then we were able to score again. And you're right, that was a very good start. So I was kind of surprised, too. But, again, our kids executed well. We had a really good week of practice and preparation, and we played well tonight.
Well, you certainly did. Now, one of the things that I noticed was the way you guys played up front, really on both sides of the ball. We'll start with defense. You mentioned the fourth down stop. You had guys like Fennessy and Widener. They just seem like they're getting better every week.
I think so. I feel really good about our defense right now. Our inside backers run well. We got good size up front that's able to take people on. And we covered pretty well tonight. You know, they're a very good throw team. I'm sure Cedar didn't play as well as they wanted to. I understand that, and we just kind of got off to a real good start, and then they were kind of in the hole most of the night. So I think that's still a good football team, and I would not look by them if anybody, whoever plays them in the playoffs. I think they can do some good things. But we really were on top of our game tonight and played well and executed well.
Well, another thing, we flip to the other side of the ball, the offensive side. You guys, that offensive line, it just seemed like they were dictating everything. Whatever you guys did, that offensive line paved the way. And then you couple that with some really good skill people. I think your quarterback, Jansen, is playing really well. Is there anything to complain about offensively?
Well, we did, like you said, we did some good things. I thought we blocked well, and we ran the ball effectively, and then when we needed to throw, we hit some throws, and our guys caught it really well. So we didn't have a lot of drops tonight. I think we had one maybe in the second half that we thought a guy could have caught. But other than that, most of the balls that were there, we caught. And that's, when you do that, then you have an opportunity to move the football.
Yeah, for sure. I listened to you talk to your team. I've always had a question for a coach like you that's been so successful. How hard is it when you come off a win like this? It's so dominant against a good team to keep your team grounded. Again, you were telling them over there, don't get full of yourselves. You're going to have a tough opponent. We have high goals, things like that. Is that difficult to do?
Well, I think we try to stay on it all the time. If you really set high goals and you want to have an opportunity to play in a championship game, well, you better be ready to play week in and week out, because there's a lot of good football teams out there. And any night, if you play poorly, you're probably going to get beat in the postseason. So, we'll remind our kids that all the time, and hopefully that we'll get great effort from our team. I don't know why we wouldn't. They've played well for us all year.
Well, they've played very well all year, and certainly well tonight. Congratulations, win on a very impressive victory here tonight, and good luck as you head into the playoffs.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. That's head coach Jeff Beller. We're getting Max Hammond in here, our player of the game. Well, Max, first of all, you're so many guys could have been the player of the game tonight. We chose you because you're the only guy that scored on both offense and defense tonight. Let's talk about the touchdown run in the first quarter. I think it was a 4-yard run. We just talked about the offensive line. Were those guys just paving the way for you? Was that easy for you, that touchdown?
All game. We got big guys on the line, so they can make those holes, and we're ready to run through them. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Now, let's go to the interception there that you had, a 21-yard interception return. Take me through that play. What did you see, and how were you able to take that one all the way to the house?
Yeah, I played outside. I read my keys, went out to the flats. I saw him roll out, and the ball was just right there, and I cut it back into the middle and took it to the house, I guess. Yeah.
Well, it's not only offense and defense that you play. You're also a kicker. You made 5 of 6 extra points. You have to run laps or anything for that missed extra point?
Yeah, no, but that was a little disappointing. But I think I'll be ready for next week to make them, I guess. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Now you tried to kick I believe it was a 48-yard field goal. Do you have that kind of range from your foot?
Yeah, the coach got a lot of. They believe in me to make those, but I think someone got a tip on that kick, so. Yeah, that was a little disappointing, but hopefully I can make that in the postseason.
Well, now you head into the postseason. You guys are undefeated. You're very impressive tonight. What sort of things? What do you see that maybe you got to get a little bit better at, or what sort of things do you have to focus on here as you enter into that playoff stretch run?
Just staying humble, just being ready to get ready for any opponent who's ready to come for us. So, just stay humble and be ready, be hungry.
You're certainly going to get everybody's best shot here the rest of the way, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's Max Hammond, our player of the game. Max, congratulations on a big one tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Eric, let's send it back to you.
Thank you very much, Lou, our player of the game, brought to you by Dr. Kim Thor, chiropractor in Norfolk, located at 324 West Norfolk Avenue. Norfolk Catholic 9-0, 22 in a row. They'll be the 1 seed when the C2 brackets come out tomorrow. Cedar Catholic 5-4. They will be in probably a 14 or a 15 somewhere in there. I do have one other final. Bishop Neumann did defeat Aquinas tonight on the road, 12-0. We got college football tomorrow. Keep an eye on newschannelnebraska.com, our Twitter page, our Facebook page as well. We'll be announcing our postseason plans at some point over the weekend. Until then, from a broadcast partner, Lou Siefker, Connor Luby, in the truck, and the entire NCN Sports crew, I'm Eric McKay. You've been watching the postgame show on News Channel Nebraska.